Welcome to another video into the Fractal-verse with me, Johnny Cordy. The idea of these videos is to kind of take a little bit of a dive into some aspect of the FM9, AXFX or FM3. This preset here is only really going to work for FM9 or AXFX3 users. But what this video is just really going to be focusing in dialing in that preset that you heard me sort of playing at the start, which is, I think, a relatively unfussy, smooth, kind of dynamic Strat tone. So I was really enjoying that. You use your volume knob anyway, let's just dive in and I'll show you what's going on. We've got three scenes, one with a compressor, one with a compressor and drive. So I'll just label them up right now. So this is just clean. Scene 2, compressor, which you might want to stick on for some lead work, and then drive, which you might want to stick on for some lead work. So what have we got going on? Here we've got the pedal compressor 1, fairly high compression, and I'm not using it all the time, it's not always on. If you find that too much, you might want to turn the mix down, turn the compression down. But in any case, that's basically what I'm doing to give a bit of a boost and then to squeeze things a little bit. The drive that I'm using here is the OD250 from Dodd. The drive, it looks fairly high and the tone is at 5. The level's fairly high. We're giving ourselves a bit of a boost with this, but it's not really got a mid boost in it. It's kind of just giving us a little bit more gain, and it's only on one of the amps, which is another kind of interesting thing, because it's going to mean that one of the amps gets a bit more drive and the other amp stays a bit cleaner. Now, talking about the amps, one of them, we're going to use the ODS Ford 100. I've got the gain at 3, overdrive at 5, bass at 5, mids pushed to 10, treble at 5, and the presence down. Now, you can obviously experiment with this. If you were using a Les Paul with this sort of thing, you could maybe experiment with this input EQ and try increasing the definition. I've done another video on that, which you can find on G66 YouTube. Or you could consider bringing in a low cut. Those sorts of things are potentially going to help you to get the tone that you're looking for. Don't forget to try that on both amps, or maybe you could cut it on one and just see what happens. It could be an interesting vibe. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on there. And then the cab that I've chosen is the Legacy 103. I really like this cab. If you notice here, I've got the high slope is at 6 dB per octave, which is the gentlest slope, down at, just under 5,000 hertz, and that is going to be sort of taming the high end so that we're not getting anything harsh or anything like that. Then I've got the Route 66 from Dr. Z. Now this is an amp from Dr. Z. They say it's not based on a JTM 45, but by saying that, they sort of give you a hint about the sort of thing you could expect from it. So not exactly a JTM 45, but those classic kind of Marshall-y, not super high gain Marshall. So I got the gain at 6.1, bass at 6.9, treble at 7.6. So together, and then the cab that I've got there is the Legacy 114, the 1x12 AC20 Deluxe Mix, and I've got the high cut all the way open on this. You could consider a little bit of panning if you wanted to. So I could pan this one slightly to the left, and I could pan this one slightly to the right. And that could help you to actually balance the tone as well, I guess. So I can turn the level up here to get think just turn this side down a smidge and this side down a smidge. And then let's just go back to the output. Okay, then delay wise, I'm using the stereo tape. It's basically just a little gentle slap back. The time now 140, the feedback left 11.6, feedback right 12.9, left right time ratio 95, so that it's not all up the center, so just kind of a little bit to the left and right, and the mix 11.3. Then we got a reverb here, which I'm using a large plate for, a gentle time of about 2.4. I've got the normal quality, we could go ultra high if we wanted to. Okay, and then the mix there is 17.5. It might be a little high for your taste. Depends what sort of style you're playing, but let's just give that a save. I think I quite... Okay, then scene 2. We're going to add in this compressor, which is really giving it a little bit of a kick. So that's just with the compressor, nothing else really changing there. And then on this left-hand path, we're going to add in this drive. I think I'm going to have one which is just the drive without the compressor, and then one which is drive and compressor. And in that way, we kind of have all of our options open. Just double check that nothing else is changing. But that's kind of all that's going on there, and I think a relatively... And I'm sort of embracing the fact that one side kind of changes as you kick on this extra drive to kind of give us a bit of space. I've got a bit of an interesting... So maybe check that out. I might stick a looper in here as well, just because that'd be even more fun. And you see, you've still got loads of CPU you could do other things with if you were so inclined. So and I'll set the bypass mode to be mute in, so that if we have this bypassed, which I'll put onto a foot switch, anyway, there's the preset. And I'm going to default have that plex delay off, but just as an option. if we wanted it. So there you go. I hope that's a tone that you dig as much as I was, but I think it will sound really beautiful with a Strat or Tele, any kind of single coil guitar. And I'll drop that into the Gumroad link, but hopefully you can build it from there if you'd like to, and you could even experiment with, you know, adding loads more stuff as you wish, because we've still got a good 30% of CPU ready, and if you want even more, you could just take this quality down a bit. So yeah, I'll catch you in another video soon. Thanks to G66, and if you've got any requests for videos, I guess you could drop some into the comments, and I'll hopefully see them, and we'll be able to do something that you might find useful. Cheers for now.